naintindihan ko si Senator Risa na siyempre mas gusto kong cordial yung sagutan. But we also have to take into context that this is both legislative and political.
I'm very cordial
Yes,
when it
ma'am.
comes to international diplomatic relations. Gusto nyo i-discuss natin yung West Philippine Sea.
Yes.
But hindi kasi ako plastic na tao. Hindi kasi ako plastic na tao. Hindi kasi ako plastic na tao. Hindi kasi ako plastic na tao.
Anong klaseng mga government agency ito? Itong Vice President natin na walang violation of law na ginawa, may malicious intent pa talaga na kinuha na picture, pinalabas at ginawang issue during the during the bagyo, ganun-ganun, ginawa ng political issue. Ngayon, ito ngayong si Alice Go na wanted nang may lumabas na warrant, hinahanap ng komite ni Senator Risa, nakalabas ng walang kaabog-abog, hindi man lang na-monitor nila. So parang wrong focus of priority itong mga tao natin sa airport.
Samantalang nasimulan na ang pagtatanong tungkol sa budget, nais kong bigyan ng pagkakataon ng pangalawang Pangulo na sumagot sa mga pumupuna sa kanya at laging binabanggit ang mga COA report ng 2022-2023 na mababa daw ang implementasyon at kulang daw ang internal controls at guidelines. May masasabi po ba tayo tungkol dito? May kasagutan po ba ito?
Madam Chair. Yes, we call on Attorney Rosaline Sanchez to answer the question.
Good afternoon, Madam Chair. On the first question on the low implementation of some of the programs, Your Honor, some of the programs were just started to be implemented by the office in 2023. So we are still in the process of fine-tuning the details of the program and obtaining the requirements from the applicants of the programs. Specifically on the Magnegosyo Taday project, we have seen that some of our target beneficiaries have difficulty in complying with the requirements, and we are closely working with the Commission on Audit to streamline the process for the application of the program. And on the controls, on the matter of controls, Madam Chair, we would like to know that we have not received, we would like to know that audit findings are still not yet final, and we are again working closely with COA to improve our processes and address the issues that they have raised during the audit, Madam Chair.
Okay. All right. Madam Chair, I am Attorney Lopez, the Chief of Staff of the Office of the Vice President. As regards the first question on the matter of the low implementation rate of the Office of the Vice President, for the past 2 years, Your Honor, for year 2022 and 2023, as we have presented early on, the Office of the Vice President has a 92% utilization rate actually, but it is as of date, as of now, as of June, July, the rate is stands at 40%, primarily because most of our programs are rolled out towards the second semester. Particularly, for example, the Pagbabago Bag in time for the opening of the school year, and also the launch of our Pansara program, which we will also be launching upon school opening. So this is a big bulk of the budget of the Office of the Vice President. Hence, there is a low utilization rate. But at the end of the year, all of this, Madam Chair, as we have, as records will bear out, it will be around the 90 to 92% utilization rate.
Yes, congratulations. So that therefore, those who say that the same observations have been made by COA for the past 2 years are inaccurate and unaware of the actions already taken by the OVP. Is that correct?
Ma'am, the matter of the low, it is correct as regards the matter of the first semester, because we really do have a low utilization rate for even for the past years as regards the first semester. But
The
towards
repeated
the
observation from COA is regards to the inadequate guidelines, processes, and the lack of internal control. Yun ang naulit ng 2 taon na isaayos na ba yan? Kasi
Opo.
nabanggit ni attorney na kausap na ninyo yung COA at ginagawa na ng guidelines na sapat.
That is correct, Your Honor. We are working continuously with the team from the Commission on Audit to improve and streamline our processes and guidelines.
Nakakatuwa yung budget ninyo, nautangan pa kayo ng CHED. Nabayaran na ba kayo ng 18 million na utang?
Your Honor, if I may answer the question. Okay. Your Honor, was partial liquidation by CHED from the time that we had our budget hearing last year unto this year, but there is still a remaining amount of 1,993,500 pesos, Your Honor, out of the original 18 million.
Hindi kayo nag-iisa. Ang CHED may utang din sa mga senador. Kaya't yun ang nakakatuwa sa CHED kung saan-saan napupunta yung pera. At wala na po akong tanong. Ang sasabihin ko lang, talagang hindi naman sa barangay lamang napupolitika yung ayuda, pati dito sa mga senador, pati sa ating pangalawang Pangulo.
Senator Alan Cayetano is now recognized.
Good afternoon, Madam Chair, Madam Vice President, magandang hapon po, and welcome to the Senate. Magandang tanghali. I'd like to note that this committee is ruled by the women and kaming mga men ay nasa sidelines lang. I'd also like to note that although as a senator, naintindihan ko si Senator Risa na siyempre mas gusto kong cordial yung sagutan. But we also have to take into context that this is both legislative and political. And there are attacks against the Vice President regardless saan nanggagaling. So, a little bit of latitude dahil we want kakampi man o kalaban to feel welcome. But I agree with Senator Risa naman na, how do we make it more cordial, no? So, Madam Vice President, may I ask just one question? Actually, two eh. One, nag-lunch na po ba kayo? And,
Yes, Senator Cayetano, nag-lunch na po ako. And I'm very cordial
Yes,
when it
ma'am.
comes to international diplomatic relations. Gusto nyo i-discuss natin yung
No.
West Philippine Sea.
Yes.
But hindi kasi ako plastic na tao.
No, I agree with you, ma'am. That's why nga sinasabi ko po na hindi lang to legislative, political din. That's why you should be given the latitude to answer in the way that you feel it could be properly answered, di ba? So kaya ko lang tinanong kung nag-lunch kayo kasi in the first 2 years, I know that you got a very warm welcome sa Senate. So I'm hoping sa budget hearing it doesn't change, no? I remember ang daming pumunta sa lunch noon. So my question lang, ma'am, is what can we do for the Office of the Vice President? Meron bang ni-request sa DBM na wala sa budget niyo so that we can consider it at the proper time?
No, we are already okay with the approved budget from the Department of Budget. The approved proposed budget in the NEP from the Department of Budget and Management, and we leave it up to members of Congress to decide on the budget. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Thank you to the Office of the Vice President.
Any more questions? Well, so it's always the chair that has the last spot for questions. So let me just ask, of course, the security of every government official is very important. And recently, it was discussed that a number of security personnel was taken out from the Office of the Vice President. I think, if I'm not mistaken, totally, the PNP said they recalled 373 personnel across all agencies. So I'd like to know, baka naman wala nang natirang security sa OVP, hindi naman, ano na bang status? Ilan ang tinanggal na security at meron bang nagbabantay ngayon?
Madam Chair, may I be allowed to give a very long answer about the security?
Sure, as long as it answers the question.
Sige, ma'am. Opo. Noong kasi ako ay nahalal bilang pangalawang Pangulo, nakita ko kasi na pati ang security ng Vice President ay napupolitika. Hindi lang yan sa akin, kundi sa mga previous na Vice Presidents. Kaya nung tapos na ang eleksyon pero hindi pa ako naupo, sumulat ako kay former Secretary Delphine Lorenzana. Sinabi ko sa kanya, Sir, ang security ng Vice President should only be up to the level of the Vice President. Hindi po pwede na umakyat ang information at ang security ng Vice President sa iba pang opisyal. And at the time, the Chief of Staff of the Armed Forces of the Philippines and the Secretary of the Department of National Defense agreed. That's why on June 2022, ito yung sa Armed Forces of the Philippines. On June 2022, the Secretary SND wrote to the Chief of Staff of the AFP from Vice Presidential Security Detachment under the PSG. Secretary Lorenzana ordered the Vice President Security and Protection Group, which is a separate entity from the PSG. So ito yung June 22, 2022. Ngayon, nag-issue ng orders ang AFP GHQ ng General Order 0917 to activate the reorganization from detachment to security group. On July 5, 2022, the activation order and the table of organization and equipment was released. Yes. All right. So, hindi ko alam kung ano ang nangyari sa Philippine National Police, but apparently they decided that they will mirror what the AFP did. So, noong December 9, 2022, inactivate ang Vice Presidential Protection Division under the PSPG. Ito under ng NHQ General Order OPL 22-22 and NAPOLCOM Resolution 2022-0675. Kaya po mali yung sinasabi ng lahat, hindi lang ako nagsasalita, ngayon lang ako nabigyan ng opportunity na magsalita. Hindi po tama na ikumpara yung term ni Vice President Leni Robredo at yung term ko in terms of security. Dahil yung security, yung VP-SPG at yung VP-PD sa PNP ay meron pong orders lahat. Ibig sabihin, there is a basis in law doon sa pag-activate sa kanila. Ngayon, yung sa Philippine National Police, kinuha nila ang 75 na personnel. Sila ang pumili kung sino yung kukunin nila. Makikita nyo, as I said during my statement, it was a targeted list. Madami doon sa mga security na yon. Security is a trust and confidence position. Kasi ibibigay mo sa kanila yung kanang pagsalig nimo sa imuhang kinabuhi. Ihatag na nimo sa ilaha. Ngayon, nakalagay doon sa listahan, kasama ko since 2007 when I was Vice Mayor, kasama ko since 2010 when I was Mayor, and madami doon, kasama ko from 2016 during the term for 6 years of President Rodrigo Duterte. Makikita nyo yon sa listahan kung isa-isahin natin. So it was a targeted list. It was a political move. It was political harassment. Ngayon, nag-iwan sila ng 38. 38 na hindi namin kilala. 38 na sila ang nagsabi kung sino ang maiwan. Sinalatan namin sila, sinabi namin, hindi na namin tatanggapin yung 38 ninyo. Ibabalik na namin yan sila lahat sa inyo. So there are no more PNP personnel in the Office of the Vice President. Ang naiwan na lang ay yung mga nasa VP, SPG under the Armed Forces of the Philippines. Wala pong ginagastos ang OVP sa sweldo nito nila lahat dahil hindi po sila hinahire. Personnel na po sila ng ating AFP na dinidetail papunta sa Office of the Vice President. So, to answer your question, Madam Chair, meron pong security and all of them under AFP because we refused the personnel na sinabi, ito na naman tayo kay General Marbil, na sinabi niya, ibabalik niya kapag mag-request kami. Sinulatan nila kami na mag-request kayo kasi ibabalik namin. Hindi ko gagawin yan.
Thank you, Madam Vice President. So right now, your security detail is composed of AFP officers, soldiers, I suppose.
Yes, Madam Chair, officers and enlisted personnel.
Mga ilan-ilan kaya sila?
May we request Colonel Lachica to answer?
Nakakagulat din yung statement ng PNP. Well, I guess he wants it on his record, but I find it a little also irregular na, you're right, it's a trust issue. And if you're familiar with certain individuals, they have to explain why they I mean, maybe in the budget hearing of the PNP, we can ask them why they chose the individuals to remove from your detail. But I'd like to know also how many is left from the AFP. And I think the AFP is also quite capable. Ilan po, Mr. Lachica?
Madam Chair, good afternoon. I think I cannot disclose the number, but I have here our activation order and our table of organization.
Why can't you not disclose the number?
For security reasons, ma'am. For
Well, okay. I will.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
sabihin mo na, sir.
From our table of organization, ma'am, and equipment, we are authorized to have 364 personnel coming from the different major service of the AFP. But for our actual number, as of now, 337 po, ma'am.
And this is under the AFP. And this doesn't come from the budget of the OVP? Or?
Yes, Madam Chair.
Okay. Thank you very much. That's all. Any more questions? Senator Bato de la Rosa is recognized.
Ma'am, I just would like to inform this committee that during our last hearing with my Committee on Public Order and Dangerous Drugs, that issue was raised. And I told Chief PNP General Marbil na hindi na nire-request ng Office of the Vice President na ibalik yung tinanggal niya ng mga pulis. Kung pwede lang, ibalik sa kanilang pinanggalingan na unit. Hindi yung, ito, kawawa ito, mga taga-Davao ito na been serving there for how many years, tapos dinislocate nila, nilagay nila Region 4, NCRPO, malayo sa pamilya. So, ang request na lang namin, ako, bilang Davao-inyo, na-request ko lang sa kanya, maawa ka naman dyan sa mga pulis na yan, ibalik mo doon sa kanila pinanggalingan. Kung taga Davao City yan, taga Davao Oriental, taga Cumbal, taga Cotabato, ibalik mo na yan doon. And he promised me na ibalik daw niya. I don't know until now because hindi ko pa alam kung anong nangyari sa usapan namin. Yun lang, para lang mabalik yung mga pulis yan, kahit na hindi na ibalik security kay Vice President. Just for the record, ma'am. Thank you, thank you.
Madam Chair.
Madam Vice President, go ahead, please.
Yes, thank you. I agree with Senator Bato de la Rosa. Wag na natin pahirapan yung mga police personnel dahil kaibigan nila ako. Ibalik lang natin sila sa mga pamilya nila.
Thank you. Actually, Senator Tolentino is the Vice Chair for the Committee of the DILG for this budget season, Vice Chair Finance. So I would like you to ask the PNP Chief what led to that decision, because also part of that is if it's a political decision, I think that would not be fair also. But knowing that you're in the capable hands of the AFP is also reassuring. But this has to be raised.
Definitely, Madam Chair, this will be asked as a policy question to be directed to the Chief PNP.
Madam Chair.
Senator Cayetano.
Yeah, just because we're on security, Madam Vice President, could you indulge me just one last question lang? Ang DOTR or NAIA ba nagsulat, explain at nag-apologize na sa inyo dun sa CCTV, hindi pa?
Senator Alan Peter Cayetano, thank you. Hindi, sir. Ang nangyari kasi dito, itong tao na ito apparently is assigned doon sa NAIA. Ang tao na ito is a media person na-assigned permanently, I think, sa NAIA because this is the second time na nilabas niya yung istorya sa mga anak ko. Yung una, when I left for Singapore, year 2021. Wala naman akong problema doon. Ang aking problema lang is itong tao na ito, nilalabas niya pati yung information na kasama ko yung mga anak ko. Alam namin kung sino siya. We have footage na kumukuha siya ng cellphone footage. Ang sinasabi ko lang doon sa aking statement ay dapat siguro i-beef up ng NAIA ang security nila dahil may tao doon sa boarding lounge na hindi pasahero at hindi employee ng gobyerno at hindi employee ng NAIA. Yun yung sinasabi ko. If you want to have a world-class airport, dapat world-class din yung security natin. Hindi siya pasahero.
And in certain areas, bawal talaga, di ba? Sa immigration, dun sa may... there's certain areas na bawal kumuha. The reason I asked it, Madam Vice President, is, yun nga, yung minsan kasi nasa-sensationalize, nagkakampihan, but nakakalimutan yung point eh. So I don't know when it started, kung 2010, 2013, but I remember, Senator Risa, nung nagrarally tayo, nung anti-GMA, di ba? Sa rally ka lang makakita ng pulis na may camera, na may phone or camera, nakukunan tayo. But ngayon actually, pag landing mo sa airport, if you take a car or a chopper, parang SOP na ng pulis, nakunan ng picture. Minsan tinesting ko sila, sabi ko, selfie na lang, sama kayo. Hindi. So I don't know, given the situation na nangyari sa inyo na pati pamilya, as you said, no, like ako, sanay naman ako kunan ng picture whether they love me or hate me. That's why they want to get a picture. Minsan pinapalitan yung lumabas doon sa 10,000 doon sa Rockwell, actually pinalitan nila yung audio eh. So, lumabas pa sa TV, baliktad. Sumisigaw na idol ko si Alan, pinalitan nila na minumura ko. Then yun yung lumabas. But the point is, just like the Vice President, what if you're with your kids? What if you're with your pamangkens? What if may nakipicture lang sa'yo? What if may kasabay ka lang sa aeroplano, sa fast craft, or sa ano? So, hindi ba, I don't know, Senator Bato, ikaw lang ang highest ranking PNP dito eh. Bakit ba may ganun? I mean, hindi ba sufficiente naman? I didn't intend to ask you. Baka I asked this
But
para
I intend
matanong
to
din.
answer.
Yeah.
But I intend to answer.
No, kasi my point of view naman is, if it's for the record, unang-una, pag sumakay ka ng helicopter or ng aeroplano, dapat talaga may manifest yun. Pag landing mo, nandun yung police, eyewitness ka naman, dapat isulat yun. So if factually, pumunta yung Vice President sa aeroplano, sumakay sa papuntang Davao, factually naman pwede mo isulat eh. Hindi mo naman kailangan ng project nga, ang daming ghost. Ayaw kuna ng COA at saka ng DPWH ng cellphone, nawawala yung project eh. Pero tao sa atin, yung security, parang medyo, yun nga, I find the problem. Baka we should really look into that.
I would like to also give my experience on that. What I noticed is, for example, we're a guest in a certain event or in a province, usually without even us requesting, the local government will ask the PNP to assist a public figure. And the reason why they take pictures, and just like Senator Alan, I thought at first they wanted a selfie, but apparently it's to provide proof to their commanders that they render the service. Now, it's a different story if they just take a picture for the fun of it, to give, I don't know, for others, in areas where, let's say, there's limited access. So
But
that's
to that point, Madam Chair, wala akong problema na kunan mo eh. But yung storage at paanong gagamitin, given that, so for example, we're talking about security ngayon, di ba? Kung sa Secret Service nga, na pinaka-professional, na kahit Democrat o Republican, may congressional hearing ngayon dahil dun sa nakalusot kay ex-President Trump. Sa atin pa kaya na we try na walang politika sa PNP at saka sa AFP, pero nakikita naman natin kahit anong administrasyon, meron talagang tendency. So, my point is, if they're there to keep their officials safe, is it actually safe? As the Vice President said, that nasa terminal ka na high security, meron may cellphone, kumukuha, hindi naman pala empleyado. So wala naman silang pananagutan sa batas or sa airport. Ganun din sa atin, wherever we go. Pagka nagbus ako papuntang Bicol, kung 8 hours yun, pupungas-pungas ka pa, pagbaba mo, kailangan mo siguruduhin na ano ka kasi may kukuha sa'yo. Then you don't know where that picture will go. You know, sometimes things happen for us to look into it. So I'm nalulungkot ako na yung na-involve yung pamilya ng ating Vice President regardless no of whether we are for or against her politically. But I'm ano that this can get out of hand given the number of pictures and yung DICT tumawag sa akin dahil sa Committee on Science and Technology at sabi nga grabe na ngayon yung hindi na katulad ng araw sa atin Photoshop lang. Ngayon pati boses, yung AI, yung deepfake, di ba? So pati video talagang pwedeng i-manipulate, no?
kahit nga hindi ka nakunan pwedeng lumabas na may picture. No, as public figures, we cannot really avoid having our picture taken. But the issue here is in an area that's restricted. So I think that the DOTR has to do their best effort to make sure that only authorized individuals are in certain areas and that they also have to take care of their CCTV, whatever. I mean, unless it's for the interest of the public, the safety of national security issue, they better be careful with the information that they are handling. Senator Bato, you're recognized.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Yung, another issue na naman ito na sigurong i-raise natin ito pagdating sa budget hearing ng BI. Dahil nga, itong Vice President natin na lalabas ng bansa, minumonitor nila. May nakuhang picture, pinalabas ang picture, pero yung wanted na si Alice Go, nakalabas ng bansa, hindi nila nakuha na picture. Anong klaseng mga government agency ito? Itong Vice President natin na walang violation of law na ginawa, may malicious intent pa talaga na kinuha ng picture, pinalabas at ginawang issue during the bagyo, ganun-ganun, ginawa ng political issue. Ngayon, ito ngayong si Alice Go na wanted nang may lumabas na warrant, hinahanap ng komite ni Senator Risa, nakalabas na walang kaabog-abog, hindi mo lang na-monitor nila. So parang wrong focus of priority itong mga tao natin sa airport. We have to ask them during the budget hearing anong priority nila. Politika ba o yung mandato nila? That's all, Madam Chair.
Actually, I sympathize with our colleagues here na pinaghirapan talaga nila yung hearing doon sa POGO issue. Tapos walang parang kooperasyon sa mga, hindi ko naman sinilala lahat ha, doon sa imposible kasing makakaalis yon na walang otoridad na kasangkot. Diba? So anyway, that's another topic. So
Madam
just
Chair.
open that up during
Yeah.
the budget hearing of the PNP.
Madam, just to put a conclusion, Madam Vice President, sa akin kasi po yung, kaya ko bringing up po yun, kasi iba po yung mali at iba yung hindi nila inaamin na mali. No, meaning dapat pagkalabas ng video na yon, nag-announce na kagad yung airport or yung picture, 'di ba? Na we apologize to the public, to the Vice President because you're our Vice President. I mean, whether they voted for you or not, President Marcos is our president whether we voted for him or not. So amin kayo eh. So pag ginawa sa inyo, halimbawa kung ginawa sa inyo yan sa ibang bansa, nagwawala na yung DFA, no? So ang point ko, Madam Chair, wala ka kasing narinig ka agad from the airport that we apologize, we're investigating, we have new guidelines, etc. That's why tinulay ko dun sa police because it could suddenly happen to an ordinary mayor, congressman, barangay captain if we're taking pictures everywhere. At having said that, as you said, we're open naman, wala naman tayo tinatago sa public. Baka gantihan ko na lang yung ibang police, kukunan ko rin sila pag nasa fort sila. Kukunan ko rin sila ng kukunan ng picture.
Okay, I think there are no more questions. Senator Gatchalian is recognized. You have questions, sir, or just a message of support, perhaps?
Thank you, Madam Chairman. I'm just here to express my support, my full support to the budget of the Vice President. Thank you.
Thank you. With no other questions?
I manifest the wholehearted approval of the greater number of the members of this committee and that therefore it should be endorsed to the matter committee.
If there is a motion, Madam Chair, I second that motion.
It's
Second,
certainly
second,
motion, so-
likewise.
Yeah.
Lagpas na sa second yung mga motion eh. Okay, the budget of the Office of the Vice President is now deemed submitted to plenary. This hearing is suspended.